Hi friends. So I've been getting a lot of requests to make a video, so I'm gonna bite the bullet and do it. Mostly because I should be packing to go to California tomorrow and I'm not making any progress. So I've been getting a lot of the same questions, so I figure we'll start with those ones and some of the ones people have sent me. First things first, my name is Megan, as I'm sure most of you guys have guessed. I'm 19 years old and I live in Arizona. I'm born and raised here, and I've lived in the same 5 square miles my entire life. So I've never really made a video like this. Well, I've never made a video like this. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me for this, and we'll get there together, I promise. The most frequent question I get as of now is about the Navy. So we will start from the beginning and clear this up. So right now, today, I am in the delayed entry program, or DEP. So what that means is I've gone to MEPS, signed my contract, and pretty much I'm waiting to go to boot camp. So I'm not in the Navy yet, I'm headed there. I will be in the Navy for 5 years, that's how long my contract is. And then I'm going to be a CD, so pretty much what that is a construction worker. So from what I've been told, I don't know a whole lot about it because I just got my contract not even a week ago. So from what I've been told, I will do a lot of humanitarian work, so going to third world countries and building schools or hospitals and stuff like that. Or if the Marines get deployed, I can get sent with them and build bases or roads or bridges or whatever it may be. So I build stuff. Another question, I'm leaving for boot camp on August 22nd, and this one's set in stone, so you guys won't have to deal with me after then for a couple months. I also get asked why I've been in DEP for so long. It's just some personal stuff, but I'm working to get through it and be where I want to be. So this time for sure, I'm leaving August 22nd. I've been in DEP for 11 months now, and they made me go through MEPS and all that fun stuff again. So that's the only reason why my job and stuff has changed. And I also get a lot of questions on my firefighting stuff. So right now, I'm not a sworn firefighter. I feel everything I do, I'm kind of doing, but not really. So I'm not a sworn firefighter, and I'm not a volunteer firefighter. So what a cadet program is, it's for people who want to be a firefighter and they're kind of getting their foot in the door. In my case, just making the connections and learning as much as I can before I go to boot camp. So that way, after I get out, if I decide to only do 5 years and get out, then I will have a solid foundation to start building on when I get back. I've been at it for 3 years now, which is kind of cool. I'm the chief of my program, as far as the cadets go, so that's pretty rad. Things I've gotten to do in my fire program. So I've done auto extrications. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's the jaws of life and stuff. So I've cut a bunch of doors off cars, cut the roof off of cars. Just got to tear some cars apart and fun stuff like that. And then outside of that kind of thing, we do a lot of 3-in-1 playbook stuff. This is probably going to be all Greek to you guys, but just learning the basics of firefighting, pretty much. Search and rescue, pulling lines off a truck, taking a plug, real basic stuff. Luckily for me and a couple other guys get to do a little more advanced things when we get the chance. And I'm in the process of being a city volunteer, so I'll get my hands on a bunch more stuff before I actually leave for boot camp. And then I get asked sometimes if I fought live fire. I have 3 times now, which they're controlled burns, but it's still real fire. So, and then a lot of people are confused as to why I am going into the Navy if I want to be a firefighter, or why I'm doing my firefighting stuff if I want to go into the Navy. So, getting hired on with the fire department is kind of a competitive process these days. So, the cadet stuff I'm doing now is just to give myself a leg up on everyone else when I get back. because it's hard to get hired on with the fire department. So I'm not gonna like get hired on for a couple years and then leave for the military and come back, you know what I mean? It just makes more sense chronologically to go into the Navy first, do my 5 years, and then build my fire career afterwards. But yeah, and then a lot of people ask me why I wanted to go into the Navy or why I wanted to be a firefighter. That just comes from, like, I'm gonna get real cheesy here for a minute. You guys are just gonna have to deal, alright? I like helping people, and like I was in like 4 car accidents in the matter of like 2 years when I was younger, and none of them are our fault. And I remember like one of them was kind of bad, and like the fire department got called, and I just remember when the firefighters showed up feeling like so much more relieved. And I want to be that for someone else, you know, like, because people only call the fire department like in times of need. So I would like to be the one showing up and holding someone else's hand through whatever crisis they're dealing with. Moving on to like my all-time favorite question. Not even being sarcastic. Is why I don't date. So there's a couple different reasons behind that. First things first, I feel like there's so much more I need to do for myself before I can ever do for someone else or be there, give my all to someone else. This is mostly stuff like with my fire program or with my Navy stuff. Like, I need to make sure I'm squared away and I have my stuff set the way I want it to be before I focus on anyone other than myself, because I like to think I'm a pretty career-oriented person, and I'm driven to get what I want. So that being said, right now is kind of like make or break for that. So it's really important to me to put my all into the Navy and into my fire stuff. That way I can set myself up well for my future and have like a solid foundation to build on. So that's kind of more important in the long run than having a girlfriend right now. So that's like reason number one. And then reason number two is like dating now like kind of sucks. Like, I feel like people don't really take it seriously. Like I just see so many people like in relationships like getting cheated on, like, and like it's nothing. Like, it's not even like a big deal these days, and that's like really sickening. Like, I just don't really like the thought of like investing my time or emotions into someone and then having them like not really realize like that's like a really big thing, you know what I mean? Like, that's not something to take lightly, and I most certainly don't. So that's why it's hard for me to find someone who I would be comfortable even investing time in. And then like dating, like I feel like people our age, like dating is like such a weird thing, like especially in the lesbian community, like it sucks, yo, like that sucks. Like I'll talk to people and they're like, yeah, like I've had like 6 exes in the last like 2 weeks, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, how are you okay with that? Like, saying the same tired words to like the same, like, different people, you know? Like, it's hard for me to believe like words that someone said over and over to other people. That's like a huge thing for me, is like I really am opposed to being a number to someone, because I most certainly know that if I'm going to invest myself and my time into someone, it's a big deal, you know what I mean? So I really hope that ideal or that idea is reciprocated like from the other person, and I feel like right now that's kind of hard to find. But I'm definitely not opposed to it, you know what I mean? Like, if I found someone who had like the same thought process, was in the same boat, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be opposed to it at all. That's not why I don't date. I don't date because it's hard to find someone who's like-minded. Another thing that you guys ask a lot about is traveling, and that's like my favorite freaking thing to do in the like entire world. So in the past like year or so, I've been to like 6 states, and it's really rad. So my mom works for an airline, and that's why I fly for free. So it's really not a big deal for me to be like, hey, California sounds dope tomorrow, I'm gonna go. I've been to like 5 different Pride festivals in different states. So I've been to like Phoenix Pride, of course, Flagstaff Pride, Denver Pride, Portland Pride. I feel like I'm forgetting somewhere. Oh, I've been to Columbia Pride too in South Carolina, and I think that's all of them. But I don't know. And another one of my favorite questions, you freaking brats for those of you who are sending this one is, do you just meet girls on Tumblr and fly to go see them? No, I do not. That's not how that works. So you can forget that. I'll know someone like from here who like will go live in a different state or go to school in a different state, and like I'll go visit them, and then like obviously when I'm out there I meet their friends and friends of friends and that kind of thing, and just like meet a bunch of different people in the state. So that's part of the reason why I travel so much and why I go see different places. On a side note, while we are talking about traveling, coming up this month, this is like my last month to travel before I'm not allowed to leave the state anymore, because that's what the Navy says. I'm going to be going to a couple different Pride festivals, so I'll be at LA Pride. Fingers crossed I can make it to Chicago Pride, and then I'll be in San Fran for Pride as well. So if you guys are going to be there, if you guys see me at any of those places, make sure you come say hi to me, or let me know you're going to be there so we can meet up. On to the tattoos, because you guys love to ask about my lip tattoo. So we'll give you the rundown on that real fast. A lot of people ask, like, why did you get pleased? Does it hurt? Does it fade? That kind of thing. I'm sure you can use your imagination on why I got the word please tattooed on my lip, but it's mostly, I thought that was open or like clicked out for a second and I was really scared. But I got the word please because I'm polite and I have good manners. Does it hurt? If you have a tattoo anywhere else in your body, I promise you, well, I don't want to promise because everyone's pain tolerance is different, but my lip tattoo was like cake, like literally cake. Like my eyes watered at first for like 0.2 seconds, and then it was fine. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 2. Does it fade? Yes, it fades because it's on the inside of your lip, you know what I mean? Like it's moist in there, blah, blah, blah. But I've been pretty lucky, mine is stuck pretty well. I've only had to touch it up like once. Yeah, I've only touched it up once, and it's still pretty stuck. So before I bore you guys to death, I will wrap it up. But before I do so, I do want to say thank you to those of you who have sent me like kind messages. I do see and read each and every one of them, and I wish I had the time to like reply to each and every one. But I want you guys to know that I do see them and I do read them, and they sincerely like make my day so much better sometimes. Because I know there's a million things you could put in my inbox, and the fact that like I hardly ever get negative messages in there, it's all kindness, really means a lot, and it says a lot about like you guys, and that just makes my heart happy. So thank you guys for that.